You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want: unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherland's calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa. Okay. Greetings. I hope you can see me. The internet is terrible. It's terrible. I think it's hanging. And the King Maponga is going to join us in any moment from now. He was on another show and currently just, running to catch up with this program tonight. Please just give me a sign in the comment if you can hear me, if you can see me. Because like I said, the internet is terrible. I don't know for whatever reasons, but of course we know. We do know. If you see me and you can hear me, and if the images are okay, please let me know, because there's just a lot going on. And thank you, Revolution Time. Amos, thank you. And all right, Jamaica is in the house. I want to see if everything is on point. Wow, wonderful, John Africa. Thank you so much. John Barr has been waiting here. He said, we're here, we're waiting, even till tomorrow, even till after live, we'll be waiting. So please, I've been changing and trying to tweak stuff on. Today is Unmatched. You know what I mean? We decided that we wanted to actually do this exclusively on YouTube, but no, we have so many followers on Instagram, on Facebook and TikTok and all other places, right? We have just so many, and it was not possible for us just to do an exclusive on YouTube. How does the lighting look like? I want to get your opinion, because what I see here, I don't know whether that's what you see. Leah Babot. Wow, Leah, you're watching me. Wow, thank you. All right, wonderful. I think, wait a minute. Who is this in the back of my studio? We can see you 100%. How do you like the sound? How do you like the studio background? This is an exclusive, a space just for Africans, a space for us all over on the continent, in the diaspora, everywhere. So I think Oladele Dasumu, you are in my studio. Are you preparing the way for the king? Or what are you doing in my studio, as a matter of fact? Oladele. You're like, what are you doing in my studio? You see, I'm waiting. We are waiting. Everyone is waiting. Because on Pan-African Daily Season 2, exactly, the the blessings, the libations are pouring in all over. We cannot wait. We cannot wait. And all our members, African Excellence, 100% Sikwa, that's the point. That's the point. I just cannot add you on the screen. I know you're here. You're here to prepare the way for he that is coming, he or she that is coming, that is bigger, whose shoes we cannot even tie. No, but in the Pan-African spirituality, we both connect each other together. And so this one watches this one watches this one. Thank you so very much. Oh my God, the loves are coming in. Please keep pumping the loves, okay? Leah Babot says, I love you so much. I love you too. That should be our youngest viewer. Where are you watching from, Leah? Where are you watching us from? Definitely from somewhere around the continent. Where are you watching us? Ayoka, thank you so much, Ayoka. You sound wonderful. I've missed this family. You don't even have an idea how much we miss you. You don't have an idea how much we miss ourselves, Ayoka. Thank you so much for being here. Masha Lorenz, greetings, audio and video excellent. Oh my God, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. The king is going to be here with us and he's going to tell us. And like we say, we are watching tonight Unmatched. Unmatched. That, like Africa and Africans, they're unmatched. And undiluted is going to come up. But please, I just want to apologize. I want to use this moment and apologize for the more than 600 viewers who watched the rebroadcast yesterday with no sound. With no sound. I know, like people are still like, what actually went on, Dr. Tata? But let me tell you, this is what actually happened. We're currently recruiting, right? Recruiting our volunteers, our helpers, our young trainees on Pan African Daily. And so we gave them the assignment, to begin to refresh the programs of the past. And that conversation was going to actually define what we will be talking about today. And so they make mistakes. I'm truly, truly sorry about that. And but we have scheduled this rebroadcast for Wednesday because Professor James threw out something spicy. And I don't want to even tell you what that conversation is about. You have to watch that rebroadcast, okay? Yeah. Please, my king, take your time. I just want to show you where he is right now, where he is driving to meet with us right now. Do you get it? If you can see his video, he's rushing to be in the studio with us right now. And please take your time. We're waiting. We are waiting for you, King Maponga. Take your time, okay? I just want your audience, family to know that you just left the show and you're going to be telling us what you were talking about that show because I watched you. He said, give back the European.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know what we're talking about. You don't want to know.
Yes, please. Just drive home safely. We're here. We're waiting. Okay. Yes, drive home safely. All right. So, I mean, we say it, we do it. We say it, we do it. All right. So, yeah, just let me know where you're watching on March, where you're watching us from. Where are you watching Pan African Daily TV from? I just want to give you a shout out. Leah Babot said he's watching from Linz, Austria. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Leah. How old are you? Oh my God. Now I begin to see. Nice one. Austin. Mr. Ambassador is watching us live from Germany. That's the ambassador, the general, the caporal, the chef in the house. Thank you so very much. They're watching us. I just want to know where you are watching us. Where you are watching us. Greetings from Bodibek, Botswana. Botswana is in the house. Shout out. Shout out to Botswana. Botswana is in the place to be. I mean, this is going to be one of the spots where Pan African Daily is already stationed. Botswana is in the house to be. Leah say, I'm 10 years old. I said it from your face. I just knew this is going to be our youngest fan, right? Thank you so very much. And now we have Michigan. Michigan is in the place to be. And this is Leda Braceford. Michigan is in the place to be tonight. So let us hear where you're watching. Oh my God. Monamatapa, South Africa region. I mean, this should be Zimbabwe. The Zimbabweans are about to bring this house tonight down, right? Oh my God. Now, also watching from Linz, Austria is John Bath. John Bath is also watching us from Linz, Austria. Austria is putting us so much pressure, so much pressure. They've been the one asking Dr. Take well-being. Oh my God, TK is right here. Greetings, sister, viewers from Boston, USA in the place. Boston, I cannot wait. And Brooklyn. Brooklyn is in this place. You see, last time we talked about, and yesterday we were saying it, this is the diaspora channel. What kind of diaspora are we talking about? The diasporas that mean business on the continent of Africa. The diaspora that say Africa is winning and nothing is going to stop us. The diasporas that are saying, oh, come on, you know what? Please, you can take everything away. We don't even, we're not desperate. We have a home. Greetings from Seattle. Greetings from Seattle. Okay, Jay, thank you so very much. Oh my God. Aqua is watching us live from the UK. The UK are in the house. UK are in the UK. There's a lot going out there. That's a lot going out there. You would tell us because King Maponga was there, and I could see the flames that you people, you caught from him, and I can say, oh my God. Marshall is saying St. Martin's from the Dominica is in the place to be. Thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone. Paula, thank you. Aqua Bantu, of course, aka my role model. Tien said, my role model, Dr. Susan Tata. Of course, I just follow you, Tien. I'm just role modeling every one of us right here. Okay. From Kenya. Kenya is in the place. Kenya is in the house. The Gen Zs, my Gen Zs, the only brave heart. I want to see South Sudanese. Where the South Sudanese? Where's Capo Verde? Where's Madagascar? Where are you from Cape to? Where's Cameroon? Where's the Amazonians? Where are you? I can see you. I cannot see you. I want to see all of us right here. Paula, I love you better. Better. From Patrick Space Force Base, James Maris. What is that? Patrick Space Force Base. That doesn't sound anywhere closer to the continent. Where is this? Oh, Teen, you're 15 years old. God, I'm telling you, the kind of young followers that Pan African Daily TV has recruited, like it's a family thing right now. The parents, the elders, the children, the grandchildren, everybody. And that's why we say Pan African Daily, it's a family, tribe, right? And all our programs are not against our kids. Remember, yesterday we said it because in this process that we're going to, even the newborns, we have to already prepare them. We have to start training them. We have to talk to them while they're even still in our wombs. We have to introduce the continent and everything to them. When I say Florida, you have a lot of message. You have a lot of news. You have a lot of news to tell us. James, welcome. Thank you so very much. Esa is watching from Texas. Texas is in the place. I mean, I just miss all of us. Oh my God. Ebony is saying you're looking so great, Dr. Tata. Thank you. We all look so great. Who doesn't look great among us? I just wonder. I keep wondering all the time who doesn't look great. Oh, yeah. The younger, the better for our future. Of course, the younger, the better. Oh my God. Look at what is happening here. The hearts keep coming now. And Queen Cheryl, the great, has just blessed this opening, has just water, has just filled our cups on Pan African Daily TV with $20. Please let them keep coming because this season is a season to give Pan African Daily. We gave so much and we would continue to give so much. But this season is a season of planting the seeds on the continent, getting ready for the third ship that will be leaving. All right. So please just continue to give us the more. We love you so much. We love all of us. And yeah. All right. Oladele, what are you doing
Oh,
in this?
no, don't bring me on.
Can't even see you. I had to really bring you live on the studio.
No, don't bring
Yeah.
me on. I'm not ready.
I know you. You're waiting for the king. I mean, like he's been here, just going out, coming out, going out. You don't
Yeah,
even have light on your face. We cannot see you. Can you put some light on your face?
yeah, because I'm not meant to
Can
be
you
here.
Put some light on your face. And I want to show us where the king is right
Oh, there
now.
he is.
You're listening, you're watching us. Please be careful. We want you here in the studio, sound and well. Okay? Sound and well. Yes, yebo, 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 yebo. Drive safely, drive safely. Thank you so much, Queen Cheryl, for actually opening this session. and blessing us on Pan-African Daily, for giving us water to drink and to oil our voices. Oladele, I keep saying it again. You don't even have light on your face. We
Nah.
cannot even see you. What is happening? What is happening?
Can you see me now? Because I'm not meant to
Okay,
be here.
now we have
Is that better?
Theophilus Silveria. Greeting, my queen. I'm watching from Jamaica. The sound, the video, your background is perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So there's no lagging, isn't it? There's no lagging. We're almost 20 minutes into the show and everything sounds perfect. Jamaica is in the place. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, of course. King Maponga in the building. Our black
Okay,
what?
I'm gonna
Our
bail
black
out now,
what?
Susan.
Anyway, we have a lot to share tonight. And family, make sure you have enough water to drink. Make sure your clocks are ringing on 12:12, as we all said, because this is the season of actually putting the love into practice. We don't have time for distractions, okay? We're going to have exclusive political topics because politics is what determines us. We're going to have economic topics, just like we used to do, but this time we're just minding our business more and more. Oh my God, look who is here, Shabaka. It's a family affair from Washington, D.C. Love and respect, beautiful African people worldwide. Teach the youth the right, African unity worldwide. The message could not be more perfect, isn't it? It could not be more perfect. We are telling, if you are carrying a gene of the next generation, of the future, a gene of the ancestors, please, a gene that has planted, that the Most High, the powers that be, have planted into you, start teaching them while you are carrying them. Just start talking to them. You know what we're talking about. It is the season for Ubuntu. Oh my God. Look who is sharing here. John Barr is giving us, 11.99 euros. This time in euros. Thank you. Please just keep pumping us with the love. We miss you so much. We miss you. We miss every single dollar that you were giving us. We miss you so much, right? Continue to support us. Continue to fund Pan-African Daily TV. Continue to fund your voices, your platform, okay? Before I sleep, I love you, Dr. Susan Tata. I love you, King Maponga. Tien, I know it's almost late and you should be going to bed. But I promise you, you're going to watch even the rebroadcast of this conversation that we'll be doing. No problem. And the king is sending you good night blessings, Tien. Good night blessings. You're only 15. I know Leah would also be leaving us soon to go to bed, but at least they showed their faces here, right? At least they was here. And Clifton Dawkins, much love, my queen. Anna, the team. Thank you. The team. You know, Anna, I like Clifton. I like the way you turned that map. There's a lot that we're going to talk about that. There's just a lot that we're going to talk about. The position of that map. I hope everybody is seeing the logo of Clifton Dawkins. That's a lot. You just did the right thing. I don't even know why you did it and how you did it, but this, what you just do here, is a whole conversation that we'll be talking about. All right. The size, the position, the upside down, the everything of it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for welcoming me. Although I'm a Trinidadian who served in the US military, I'm fully Pan Africanized. I'm fully Pan Africanized. My king, I know you're hearing these feedbacks because the moment you land in the studio here, you just begin to answer this question, right? Mr. James Mothers is saying he's fully Pan Africanized. Thank you so very much. The skills will be coming. The skills are coming. Did I miss someone? If I miss you, please just continue to type again. I will catch up with you. Okay. I would catch up. Thank you so very much. What is the Queen saying? My ancestors are alive within me. They have awakened. I just don't even know how to start your story, Queen. You will be the simple one to say your story. All right. You'll be the one to share. Because I'm not enough. I'm not just able to share your story. Queen Cheryl, the number one. The number one. Teen, you are loved. Everybody is saying it. The gospel according to Yeshua. Mhm. According to Yeshua, the gospel is right here. Teen, we love you. You are loved. The whole family is sending you love. You and Leah. All right. Our youngest fans, our youngest babies on the show, our youngest Pan-African children that are saying, hey. And remember, I told you next week the program is starting. You know about Mr. President from Uganda. That's also, a teen Pan-African speaker, not just listener, speaker. So we have to start training. And the show is, it's already set. Sunday, next Sunday, the president, the youngest Pan-African speaker in the history of Pan-Africanism, would be live with us. It's a newborn. You will just hear and you know that the ancestors are alive. So that show is settled. And then we have Reverend Dr. Ninana. His show is also settled. It's on Friday. Okay. Friday, he's going to be with us. So, and I also bring you greetings from Professor James Small, Professor Baina Bello, who is watching us, and he has written an incredible book on voodoo. And that is going to be another hit that will be opening the book club on Pan African Daily new season. The season is all about the practical things. We never left. Everybody has always been here just doing what they are called to do. All right. TK, thank you again. Thank you. Thank you for everybody that is sharing love. Oh my God. I love this show. Thank you, Leah. We love you too. We love you too, baby. I know it's soon going to be 10 o'clock. Yeah. Oh, but it's vacation. It's vacation. All right. It's vacation. I'm great. Ahmed Hussein saying, I'm great. Okay, I think you wanted to say, I'm greeting from Ethiopia. Welcome, Queen Dr. Susan Tata and King Maponga. We do love you. We love you back. We love you tremendously. We love you like you don't even know. Like you cannot even imagine how much, right? And that's why we're still here. The chosen, the voices, the voices, the voices, the voices bring in the message. Big up to King Makonga. Yes, big up. You see how he's struggling. If you know the show and where he was in Harare, of course, he's in Zimbabwe right now, but driving a couple of kilometers to be here at home and to join us. Oh my God, look who is watching. Woo! Voices of Germany in the place to be. Abani Augustine area matter. That's the bus on. You've been hearing about Omoja Africa Festival in Germany, Tübingen. I just greeted Ambassador OKK Austin, and now we have the boss in the house, Ambassador Abani Augustine Eriamato, aka Bossman. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm just giving all of you a shout out. Yeah, big up to the king. Oh my God. Yes. Please continue to water Mama Bello, Professor Bello in this place to be. All right. Now that I'm taking him away, you already saw him rushing to the studio to dash it the way he knows how to put it. And he is live again to start this season 2 on Pan African Daily TV. So please, if you have any announcements from your community, drop them in the chat. Any happenings, any story, any story that connects and build us, or any news, even if it's just news that is good for our ears, drop it in the chat. I'm going to share it with the entire community. US in the house, a lot has been going on. I hear that your president or the leadership is saying you have to make colonization, no, slavery cool. Like you should not even say anything that slavery was negative or something like that. It was just positive. Okay, that's going to be a conversation for another day. We're waiting for Professor James Small. You know what is going to happen. All right. Okay, see who is here. See who is here. See who is in the place to be. Yeah, say a word. Say a word if we can hear you.
Greetings, greetings.
Can you hear him?
Hello, hello, everybody. Hello.
All right. I might have to use headset. I'm actually not hearing you, but I know you are speaking and you're addressing the community. Today, we are live on Pan African Daily TV, and the topic of today is Africa is winning. And we have King Maponga here, the unmatched, the undefeatable of the continent, and he's going to be sharing a lot with us tonight. So, my king, over to you. How have you been? Where have you been? What have you been doing? Where are you coming from at such a late time and rushing? What were you saying on that show? I mean, welcome to your house again, to your family. Over to you.
Thank you. No, it has been a hectic a break that we took for the past few months, and I think we overworked ourselves during COVID times. We kept everyone alive. We started up programs, the writing of the Bible, which is still continuing, publishing of books, conferencing that has been going on in the background, political influences around the southern and the northern, and reshaping the African vision, and lots of cultural activities, I must say, where I started visiting mountains and caves and sacred sites, reconnecting history and realigning ourselves. And of late, the last month saw me in Zambia for the Lubinda Ntongo celebration, huge cultural celebration. And the Lubinda up in Zambia also, the northwestern side, another beautiful expression. And Zambia is alive and well when it comes to culture, very much alive and well. The people there have not dropped the ball. All the kings that are there, each one of them, during this month of August, they call for festives after they've harvested, after they've collected their grain. They beat their drums, blow their horns, establish some cultural markets, and celebrate their kings in a very, very, very interesting way. And it's something that the rest of the continent, I think, we should learn from to begin to celebrate our time. And I learned. I was in a classroom. I learned quite a lot. And when I was in Zambia, I even found myself a sacred cave there, which was one of the first copper mines in Africa. It's even believed, the people there even believe that Solomon, some of the copper that he used for building the temple, actually came from that region through Ethiopia and through Yemen into. There's a trade route that they've actually, which is still viable to date. And these are old knowledge systems of mining, of smelting iron, knowledge system of herbs preservation, indigenous. And while you are there, your heart breaks when you begin to see the Chinese vandalizing those communities, digging up and polluting things and messing up the roads and dusting the whole place up. I bet you it's a mixed feeling of happiness to see your people, but sadness when you see governments and multinational companies that are in slumber as the countries and the continent's wealth is being pulled apart. When I was in Zambezi, we even saw some loggings, these guys were cutting those huge trees and shipping them up through Zambia, I think through Zambia, South Africa, wherever they are going. for export. And I bet you for every tree they've cut, they've not planted another one. So I also witnessed the destruction of the Congo forest and minerals, trucks and trucks of cobalt, of copper, of iron ore, making their way through the Zambian roads. Again, very little of it to local industry. The rest of it is for international market. But for tonight, I'm coming from an interview just down the road here. Some evangelists, some pastors who wanted to discuss, is Christianity African or is it a Western white man's religion? And very interesting conversation that we had. But for the past 2 days, I was home. I went to visit my mother also down in the village, in the farms in Chirezi. I ate sugarcane, lots of sugarcane, sweet potatoes and oranges and everything. Even now, my tummy is still shocked. It is singing songs that I cannot explain, but it's part of you, part of town and culture conflicting in your stomach. But I must say I'm healthy, in good health, and I'm nice. It's very nice to see you again after some few months, still looking beautiful and wonderful as we continuously push the African agenda to build the Africa that we want. But at a more serious note, we are very excited to begin to hear some of the presidents on the continent say what we have been saying for the longest of time. I mean, I had my own president, Mnangagwa, here when he was closing his chairmanship in the SADC region in Madagascar 3 days ago, beginning to talk about building in Africa that we want, building industries, beneficiating our minerals, having solid business relationships and trade platforms. I had Jacob Zuma another 3 days ago when he was in Ghana saying we need one currency in Africa. I had Julius Malema yesterday in Nigeria saying we want one continent. I had Nandi in Namibia talking about the Africa that we want and saying no to vaccinations from Bill Gates and saying no to colonization and taking away of minerals that have not been beneficiated. A few months ago, I had Boko coming onto our platforms listening, and he went on to quote what we were saying on his speeches, that actually we don't need democracy in Africa, we need dictators as long as they are dictating for us the right thing. I also had another minister here in Zimbabwe quoting in parliament, and then the cherry on the cake is to hear all of them talking, but seeing Ibrahim Traore doing. That one is no longer talking. That one is now doing. But from the south, I can say Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, and Zambia, discussions are at a very high level to begin to have a borderless Southern Africa. Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, they've already started moving in that direction also. The Sahel state. So it's very interesting. If you can look at the map of Africa, right at the bottom, something is happening. Right at the middle, something is happening. And right at the top, something is happening. And if you're a woman who is baking a cake, and you can see that the bottom is almost starting to cook, the center is almost cooking, and the top part is almost getting brown. I think this cake is almost getting there. We will be having a very good dinner a few years from now, as other countries that are still dragging their feet. And our weakest link is Nigeria and South Africa, the two biggest economy on the continent. And they're busy debating who is bigger than the other, who is bigger than the other. I thought by now Tinubu and Ramaphosa should have put their heads together as the biggest economies and countries on the continent to begin to marshal and drive and reinforce this agenda so that the smaller countries can begin to learn. If Botswana is moving in that direction, Lesotho also is making interesting strides in terms of building infrastructures for water. And they've started also a campaign, which I mentioned almost 5 years ago, when I said if Lesotho can claim its land back, and Swaziland can claim its land back, Botswana claim its land, Mozambique claims its land, Zimbabwe claims its land. one wonders of the Afrikaners and the white people who redrew the map of Africa. How much of that map will remain as South Africa? Because Bloemfontein to Maseru becomes Lesotho. Then Rustenburg, Zirast, Lihurutse goes back to Botswana. Limpopo goes back to Zimbabwe. And Mpumalanga goes back to Swaziland, Eswatini, and to Mozambique. Oh, these guys have started there.
Figure out.
And when all these countries pull themselves into their indigenous borders, one can only wonder that we begin to, because on a more serious note, Dr. Susan, there is, if you can even go to Cameroon, for example, where you come from, and you move from one tribe to another tribe, you will not find a place where you can put a line and say, this tribe stops here, this tribe starts here. Yes, there are rivers, but on both sides of the rivers, you continuously have, nations mixing with each other. From Congo to from Egypt coming down, you cannot draw a line anywhere. People are just intertwined. People are marrying across. People are doing business across. And I think this, for me, for the past almost 1 year, to be more precise, from the last time we spoke, I can say that some, if not most, of the dreams that we were coming on this platform and just speaking like these are dreams that we have, the Africa we want, the Africa we want, it sounded like a far-fetched dream. But when the political instruments and the institutions of power are beginning to listen to what we are saying and they're implementing it, I think we are on to a very good start. And welcome back, and I greet you all. We'll be picking up some pace, and we continue again to reshape, remodel. And while you're on that, Dr. Arikana Chwombori, with her organization ADDI, have pushed and have made inroads into Burkina Faso. They've done 1 or 2 trips there. The 3rd trip, we are glad to announce that in the next month, if I'm not mistaken, or in October, we're actually going to Burkina Faso, and 1,000 Caribbean and Black Americans have been given permits, permanent residence, and citizenship in the country of Burkina Faso. That one is already solid. And now we wish if all African countries, remember what we said there, the program, they left here without passports. They should come back and we should resettle them. Some of these dreams have now become a reality in our lifetime. I thank you.
I have to. Wonderful, wonderful. That's remarkable. I think, my king, you just repackage everything that you just said, and that's why we call you the Unmatched. The Unmatched, because I remember the first time you came here, we cried. We cried for Magafuli. We cried for George Floyd. We cried, we cried, we cried. We cried when we saw the Ghanaians carrying the Chinese and lobbying our people doing that, particularly in the land of Nkwame Nkrumah. We cried. Professor Pielo came here. We cried. Do you think those tears were just tears of mourning, or they were washing away what was supposed to be? Number 2, you came and it was clear. You said you are the watcher from the past into the future. But you're not just the watcher that you watch infrastructure, so see things, but you do it underground. You're bringing, connecting, and corresponding from north to south to east on the continent. Just like your elders, Professor James Small, are bringing the voices from the diaspora. I mean, these two voices speaking, opening the gate, receiving, like you said, the contingencies. I said here yesterday, I didn't even know. I mean, of course, we're aware of this 1,000 and even more. And the ships are continuing to go back, without passport. now with resettlement. So my king, I mean, like, I'm so excited. What do you see happening again? What do you see happening apart from this unity that we love? I mean, like we share it all the time. What do you see happening in the nearest future possible?
To respond to your first comment, I think our contribution is genuine. It's coming from a deep state of heart.
We're going to get him back. Just don't worry. Just stay here. Okay. Just stay here. They say when the house is hot, when it's about to get down. But it's nothing. It's nothing. Is the internet. I already told you before, even before he connected was a challenge. It is the internet. Yep. Good. Go ahead, my king. I'm sorry. The volume. Go ahead. I said, go ahead. We lost you. Yes. Go ahead. We can hear you.
To face the reality of a nation that is waking up from its slumber. We will not be tolerating leaders that are puppets, leaders that are destroying the continent, those that are insensitive to the needs of the people. It's a new season. It's a new day for anyone who wants to participate in terms of political office, that they will need to start taking us very seriously, because the movement is strong, the call is clear, our desire and our resolve is very on point, and we will restore this continent with or without them. And if the politicians continuously pursue the path of corruption, insensitivity, collaborations with the regimes that are oppressing us, the audience that is coming up now will not tolerate it. Looking very closely at the Gen Zs in Kenya and the movement spreading across the continent using the social media platforms and other forms of communication, it has become very clear that all these governments who claim to be powerful constantly remain vulnerable in the hands of those that have put them in power. It is a foolish idea of the highest note for anyone who is in power to think that they're in power without the people that have put them in power. And constantly and surely we're beginning to see the young people taking back power to themselves. So the new proverb for today, the youth are not the leaders of tomorrow. They have to become leaders today. They have to become leaders in the now. And this training and induction and interaction between the old people and the young people, I think it's improving quite greatly. I looked at Botswana the other day. I saw the Minister of Mines. She's a merely 32, 36-year-old lady, young lady, literally, who is running the Department of Mining and Industry. I saw the same thing in Swaziland, the Minister of Entertainment there, young, beautiful young lady. I think she has hardly crossed their 30s. I look at Zimbabwe, the Minister of Youth, the young man, hardly 34, 36, 38 years old. And when I look at this whole phrase of new young people getting interested in politics and participating and contributing to that, it's quite exciting. The only painful part for me remains Cameroon, which has become an old age home, where people who are waiting to exhale are holding on to power with every inch. 93 years old, 89, 87 years. We still have a few African presidents who are within that phase out era, but I don't want to become despondent or discouraged. We want to encourage the young people. Again, it's not just a matter of just remove them and put the young people inside. Some of the young people, when we put them inside, they will take us back another 60 years because their appetite of colonial legacies, their colonial education, colonial religion, and economics still remains as the alma mater. They also want to prove that they've been educated in Harvard and etc. We don't need that kind of people. Similarly, so even to diaspora. We don't necessarily need diaspora in the culture and the morality of the West. Then they'll come here and spoil and mess up even what has remained on the ground. We need to learn from each other, induct from each other, preserve our culture while we are looking for the common ground to drive the agenda of a unified Africa with definite and genuine cultural preservation. I thank you.
Thank you so very much. It is strong, it is powerful. This is the spirit of season 2 on Pan-African Daily TV. Like, we don't want to be distracted. We know who we are. We've listened to lectures and lectures and lectures, even lectures on colonial, on slavery, and the new season is coming to begin to tell you how important, how useful your space, how you need to position. And of course, the old season is still also going to keep like the ones that we're talking about that are sweeping away. But I love what you say, my king. It's not just about remove them or this and that. These are elders. We need to accompany them in their transitions. And some of these old grains will still remain here to teach us something about us. But this connection between the youth, the elders, and the middle class, even, if you look at it in terms of politics, in terms of economics, in terms of like what you're saying, even Africa's riches, like Aliko Dangote, is one of the ones now advocating for a one Africa. Aliko Dangote, one of Africa's richest, is even the one advocating for one Africa passport. My king, you saw it. So it's a whole melange, like we're going to meet somehow in the middle. But just, I want to hear from your mouth. We want to hear from your mouth. What is it that you discovered recently when you touch base in the UK and Europe, and you were exploring and discovering a lot here, and you went back home and we saw the first new version of the Explorer discovering stuff. What were you discovering?
My trip into the UK was both an adventure, a satire, a deja vu, if you can call it. You know, over and above me doing that, the real intention was to spit in the face of the colonialists and just show them how dehumanizing it is that you can walk into Manchester and you say it won't be called Manchester anymore. It will be called Magaba, the place of the noisemakers. And the name fits them also very well, because Manchester actually is the first industrialized city in the whole of Europe. Industry started in Manchester, but now it has become a noisy place with the two biggest teams, Manchester United and Manchester City. So it's a very noisy town. So I decided to call it Magaba. Then went to Birmingham and we called it Berejena, the house of the white hyenas. You know, these systems of people that are just scavengers of other people's intellect. And the River Thames, we called it Zwarembwa, the pool of dogs. You know, a dirty pool where even human beings can't drink from. Then London itself was changed to Rundonda, the home of the weaklings, because every street corner you find a mental hospital there and an old age home. 30% of Britain is It's full of sick people, literally, mentally, and health sick. So we decided to call them Rundonda because they are weaklings. They are not strong. And then Britain itself was called Pambe Fumi, the home of the Tomb Raiders. And the other names, I think I published them somewhere, if some people want to find out. And Europe itself is called Europa, the home of those that spill blood. And I think Netherlands was given Warombi, the home of the sorcerers, because that is the headquarters of the Roman Dutch law, which has become a tool of colonizing the rest of the world. So it was a very interesting trip, very informative. We were welcomed greatly. When we did Manchester, we did what do you call this place up in the north? We did Birmingham. We also did London, and we had a chance to visit the Stonehenge in the south, those stone ruins, and we decided to call them Mashingo, after the Grand Mashingo here in Zimbabwe, which is the House of Stones. So if you can look at the Stonehenge and you look at pyramids of Giza, you look at Sudan, you look at Tanganyika in Pemba, you look at Zimbabwe, you look at Mapunguke, you look at Nzalo Yelanga in Mpumalanga, you'll actually find that all these civilizations are actually along one line. And only a fool will fail to see how civilization is actually punctuated along that great Greenwich Meridian line, 32, is it 27 and 26, 27, 32 degrees on the central time. So we saw that their structures there are much more primitive than our structures here, which are much more sophisticated. So it could either be talking of movement of human civilization from the south to the north and from the north to the south over the previous couple of centuries or thousands or millenniums going backwards. And when we begin to walk around these spaces and look at the malls in Europe, the walls of China, and where the walls of China are facing, they are facing Europe. They are not facing China. So these walls were built by the Moors to protect themselves from the Mongolians on the other side. Though we call it the Great Wall of China, the wall was not protecting China. The wall was protecting the Moors, who were in Europe at that time, where the Spanish have their royalty, where the British monarch has its royalty, and the rest of Europe. Actually, you must share the book, How Africans Civilized the World. And some of this information, you will find it right staring in your eyes. And we're not young. We are much older. Queen Charlotte, who is the grandmother of the British royal crown, the black woman, for crying out loud. It's no longer embarrassing now. We're not ashamed to tell the British, you're our kids, for crying out loud. You're just arrogant, rude children. I almost feel like taking a piece of wood and smacking them on the backside. These are our grandchildren who are now acting wayward because the black woman remains the source of all life. I thank you.
Of course, for those of you who have not watched the story, you can on Netflix, Charlotte. Even though the version of Netflix, but everything was put into that movie. I watched Charlotte a couple of times because I had to work on a research on it, and you could see that most of the now that we are Pan-Africanized, like Brother James said. When you read or you watch a movie, you begin to identify everything. Like everything was always there, but somehow there was a blind, my king, that we didn't. Even the Bible.
Before you even go to the Bible, if you can go to the Victorian history and find all these women who would put on these beautiful skirts that had wires. They would actually shape them with wires inside to exaggerate their figure, which was not very appetizing as compared to the African, voluptuous figures. So the whole Victorian history, which is just Google any Victorian movie, the first thing you see is an old movie is the women when they put on those big skirts that are. And how would they have that as part of their history? And where are the people that have those kind of bodies? You cannot miss it, even in 1,000 years, when every time you're having a white wedding, to know that the dress must extend and exaggerate into the central line, and to come around in the 21st century and demonize the body shape of the African woman, when actually it is the dream body, both of fashion and of history, to show the shape and size of the woman's anatomy in terms of fashion. You don't need to go to school to study that. You can just ask the British people, these dresses that have big bums and what, who are you trying to imitate? Who are you trying to emulate? And you will not go very far unless you just cross over the Mediterranean and you come into the continent of Africa, the people whose skins have been kissed by the sun. And there you'll find women who can throw children on their backs and they will not fall. And these very body that they shame in fashion, giving us those pencil-shaped bodies, now, of course, they're growing slightly. They've started also to include the fuller body-sized women in their fashion industry. But yes, the culture of the African has been at the center of Western civilization, even to put kings and you put those lions on your chairs and etc. Where do you see a lion from in Europe when you don't even know what a lion looks like? We taught the Europeans royalty. We taught them how to bath. We taught them how to build civilizations. We taught them how to build. We taught them how to strategize and think. And we also taught them mathematics and science and everything else. It's only in the sleep of our colonizers that this knowledge has been downplayed. But when you visit the Dagon tribes, the Great Zimbabwe pyramids, visit Benin, visit our crafts and arts and our masks, visit our hats and our fashion, you are smart enough, you'll be able to see symmetries and fashions, triangles, angles, geometry, trigonometry. And if you visit the Shango bones, even basic computers, the base 2, and how to actually choreography and craft up the first calculators on a piece of stick, and reading of the stars and the moons, and everything, knowledge everywhere in the African continent. Even the hairstyles of the women, when they put those boxes on their heads, and you look at the symmetries, and you cannot fail to see civilized people who have taken knowledge and have fused it into fashion and culture and art, and they live it as part of themselves. And I'm just finishing up a book now on the beads around the woman's waist. Man, you will cry when you read that book. And I in the next few months, maybe 2 to 3 months, when it is ready, I'll bring it up here, and we can actually begin to appreciate the basic science. So it's not just a shell that is from the sea, that is on a woman's waist. No, this is the shell from the sea, the pre-modal waters, and which is brought to a woman's body, connecting the volumes of water in the sea and the volumes of water in a woman's body, allowing the rhythm and the movement of the sea to become the rhythm and movement of the body, and creating that cosmological understanding of what is above, what is within, and what is over there. It's a science that even schools cannot begin to fathom and understand. And when you see a woman with shells around her waistline, you demonize her and say she's worshiping devils and she's worshiping Satan. Maybe it's high time we tell people, if you don't know, just shut up. Just shut up and leave us alone to do our culture. We'll teach you. We'll teach you slowly. And when you understand, you can teach others also.
Ooh. I'm sorry. I keep, because I don't have the headphones, I have to connect to listen to you, and then I unplug to listen to you. But that will figure it out. The most important thing is that knowledge that you're pouring. Currently, I have I can never, the moment my mother taught me just a couple of years ago, I mean, it's a matter of a year, the waist beat. I've never slept a day. I mean, like I literally do everything with my waist beat. And there's just a lot, it, a lot in it. The waist beat, even the ankle beat. And when I went into the archives, my great grandmother had piercing, had tattoos, and the meanings of everything that we all carried. My king. Now,
I mean, whoever said
point that we are
Africans
speaking
cannot
about.
read,
What
whoever said Africans cannot read and write, it is
You're
them
lost
who cannot
again.
read and write. Because our forefathers, I'm saying whoever said that we cannot read and write, it is them who cannot read and write. Because our forefathers have been reading. You cannot hear me. I think our connection is bad here.
Yeah, I mean, it gets to a point where the internet blocks and you can hear him. That's the reason, you know. Exactly. That's the reason I keep plucking and unplucking, because I cannot hear him. I don't know for whatever reason. All right. I think this time that will be fine.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Let's hear.
Can you hear me?
You're still not. We still cannot hear you.
It must be on your side. My microphone is flicking. Are you winning?
Okay.
Which one can you hear me on? Hello? Another handset here. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Wait.
Hello? Can you hear me?
It's good. Go ahead.
I'm saying whoever says that the African cannot read and write, it is them who cannot read and write. Because our forefathers have been reading and writing for the longest of time. From the writing in the caves, paintings of the Bushmen, the writings of the pyramids, the drawings of sacred writings, the arts and the crafts. We have been writing and drawing every heart in Africa. The women write. When people are sitting in courts, they are writing on the floor and drawing things. And therefore, our art remains one of the biggest libraries that is yet to be explored. And all these tattoos, these embellishments and accessories that are put, they all have meanings. It's unfortunate that some of our young people have gone on to the Gothic colonial tattooing and piercing things with no meaning except for fashion. But in an African space, these writings were rites of passage. You would know the age of someone by the writings that are on their bodies. You would know the status of someone by the earrings that they are putting on, the necklaces they are putting on, the clothes that they are putting on, the stick that they are holding in their hands. So all this collection of information was actually accumulated into the handwriting of our ancestors, which was both on our materials, on our houses, and on our bodies. I thank you. You may need to use your headphones or something just to improve on your sound. If you can hear me, you may want to put your headphones on, and that may improve your your machines there. I will ask one of our guys, Oladele, can you please be on rescue there? Can you call Dr. Susan Tata and maybe assist her on your side? Oladele, please help, and you can help her. She can give you access to her computer there or something, and you can see what to do.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Wonderful.
I can hear you.
Thank you. I've just been reading the comments, and I followed the conversation on what you said about the fashion or whatever from the chat, but I could actually not hear you. I hear Together Africa say this thing has been going on for long. We have to. Do you know how many studios, how many cameras, how many microphones, how many everything we have put? This is just the way we have to expressing the challenges that we go through to build the Africa we want is the same thing. It's the same thing that we're getting here on Pan-African Daily. We've changed we've had all sort of technicians, do whatever they want to do. Either we're not going live, or we put videos, there are no sounds, but my king, doesn't that reflect exactly what Africa is going through? Because we went even into libation. We talked about this with Professor James Small. All the things we face on Pan-African Daily here, Africans not supporting, or we getting hinges or this, it's the same thing. But now we're getting even to that point where, though things are not actually matching up, we cannot get a clear, clean stereo, everything working powerfully when Mother Africa is still not complete. Am I just spinning around, King Maponga? Because I'm tired. I see every single effort. Every day something comes out differently, particularly on Pan-African Daily or only here. And I just think this is the work of the ancestors. That's Africa.
Sooner or later, we need to move into our own platforms. And young people who are more aligned with these technologies we need to come afore and support with technological support to help us drive these projects. But yes, we may need to start moving over into our own platforms. I remember in the other days where some of our broadcasts were actually scrambled and interjected and blocked and stuff like that. But we've been around the block, and we can just improve on what we have to develop better products. But I must say, your studio is very nice. Your lighting is beautiful. You must just work on your sound and your sound card there to make sure that the interfaces can be able to get the message nicely. But don't worry. We have been here before 1,000 times. Nothing new under the sun. We will get through. Let's get the message across. For today, we intend to learn, grow, and we build this system together. But good news in Africa, and hence even the issue of one Africa, one satellite must come to be discussed seriously, so that we can have a mode of communication where from the continent we can be able to beam our internet to everywhere where we want. The Elon Musks of this world are already moving very rapidly into that part of business to make sure that they hear everything we are saying and they control our narrative and control our security. I hope that our African government will wake up very fast. Burkina Faso has already shown some very interesting alertness. They have put up their satellite there and they're putting on their drones and blocking off their air space, make sure that the Western world does not just come in and out and picking up the data that they want when they want it without your consent. So we hope that the African presidents are listening, and they must be listening very carefully. Because while we are busy trying to organize ourselves, by the time we have finished organizing, the infiltration will be very deep, and we'll have another battle to fight again, which is a technological battle. So we hope they are listening, because what we are saying is the reality that is happening in the sky. When the next warfare will not be physical, but the next warfare will be technological. I thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Wonderful. I have to get a replay to just listen to all what you said. But what when are we going to have you live again? I mean, probably
I think
because
what we
this
can do,
series, I'm sorry for interrupting,
what we
this
can
series
do,
of teachings.
yes, what we can do maybe on Wednesday or Thursday, we can maybe just block off some 30, 40 minutes and we test dry and test run all our equipment nicely and make sure that the glitches are less. But on Saturday night, I should be in Uganda. So we can do something either on Sunday or Monday, if that is okay with you.
Okay. Wonderful. So I think we will call it a day tonight, and I would liaise with you. I know it's also really late out there, and you're just coming from this powerful conversation, but we're going to keep the voices coming up. Like everyone is already lined up. The new season on Pan African Daily TV and on the continent is just bringing every single steps that we are making. So I'm going to connect with you again shortly after the show on phone, and so not tonight but tomorrow, so we can path the way. And yes, thank you so very much. I'm truly sorry. I had like the last three part, I couldn't hear anything. I don't know what, but all is good. I will hear after the
Thank you.
show. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Yes, everyone that missed the show, please make sure you're going to watch the replay. And I myself, I'll be rebroadcasting for myself as well. It is not explainable what we go through on this channel. You can never explain it to some other person and they would understand. But I think the lessons that we know is trust the process. We know who we are. We know what we are into it. Some fight their own physical battles, but some fight spiritual battles. And so whatever situation that we go through on Pan African Daily, it's the plan. It's the big picture. So I want to thank all of you for being here. He's gonna be, it's a whole lineup that we're coming up. And this spirit is that exactly this point, the rebirth, the renaissance. We started to learn, we started to connect, we started to spark up, we shook up the continent and the diaspora and the world. And now, just like Wallace Shaker said, things are not the same again. Everything is falling apart when the center no longer holds. And who did this? It was could be only you, right? So I want to thank you so very much. Thank exactly, Queen Sherry, Pan African Daily TV University. Even Professor Pielo reached out to me the other day and said, truly a university, a chemic university, but not just only for knowledge, but to connect in a very powerful way. So we are truly grateful. I'm serving, you're serving, all of us are serving. We're chosen on this mission. So please, if you're here and maybe you haven't subscribed, or you didn't go through to check your subscription. Yesterday, I made it very clear, or on Saturday when we were live, most of our subscribers were on TwinUp, us even on Pan African Daily, right? And so you have to check your subscription again, and particularly your notification bells. It's very essential. Just go through again. If you don't get notifications from us, when I go live, you don't know, you don't notice it, or maybe you're busy or something like that. But from the research that we did, and even we had to go, we had to connect to get support from YouTube, and most of what we used to have in the past was disconnected for whatever reasons of new policies of change, or we did not upgrade this. We're doing everything. We did everything. We censored everything, right? So we are fine. But as you know, we are in war. We are we are in a battle. Yes, we are in a battle. Dr. Tata, you could also try recording the sessions and premiering in live. Will be there. That's fine. That's also true. But you see, with the premieres and the live, we don't get this interaction. We do it also. We're going to do all models. We're going to do the podcast model where we don't even come like, because one thing that connects us together is us getting to meet and see and feel each other. That's Ubuntu, right? But we're using all other formats. We're doing audio podcast, and stream it live, which is more of a message than even the visuals. And we're also going to do recordings, and then we premiere, because we have a lot of recordings going on now with Professor James. There's just going to be a lot that is coming up. Our elders are actually putting a lot of into messages that we will stream it, right, live. So thank you so very much. We are just on point. We are together. Whether we listen, we don't listen, microphones, without microphones. Remember, season 1, what happened to us here on Pan African Daily, and we're still standing tall. And we did so much. We created so much impact on what you're seeing today in the world, because we shook the planet and the center could not longer hold. And when you doubt that a little group of people with one common vision could bring a change in the world, please quote Pan African Daily TV everywhere. You would see the ancestors came with the messages the Most High sent in every sort of thing. We were tested, tempted in every kind of way. But when you know that it is chosen, it is not your work, it's not me. I can never have such power, but it is us. Because without them, know us. Without us, know them. And that's Ubuntu. I want to thank you, like I said again, a lot of us who watch the premiere. It was the same thing yesterday. People, I mean, can't you see, even when Professor James keeps saying, we are spirit having a human experience. How on earth, my people, my family, my tribe, you all put me here to be the voice to connect and to just interpret all the knowledge from the ancestors, from the Most High, from us as a collective here. How on earth can you explain to me that we would premiere a video and no sound? There was sound. This is just what happened, as you're seeing here. There was sound, but the most powerful thing, more than 600 to 1K people watch a video with no sound. Are we normal people? According to the description of the world, this is a new era, a new season where spirit are physical, not just the ones that we say are hidden. And this is who you are, my family. Because it was impossible when John Africa, when reparations, and most people were texting and saying, Dr. Tata, we can't hear you. We can't hear Professor James. We don't hear anything. There's no sound. But from the beginning to the end, they watch everything. And everybody was expecting at every moment that the sound would come up. What is just wrong with the sound now? And today the king was on, and we have the same issue physically. Yesterday in the morning, we went through every tweak and tweak. And I just was saying, probably because our volunteers or our helpers or our young trainees at the program, trying to fix this thing. No, it wasn't, because it just happened again now. No sound. I can hear him. He could hear me. And here we are. If you think you are small, for whatever reason, you think you are small to contribute into our unity, to build the Africa we want, please rethink again. For whatever reason, you might be afraid, or you think for 1 second, oh no, I don't want to show my face there. I don't want to say something. I don't want to, or I could even come under another name or another identity. Please call yourself by your name. Nothing is going to happen. The little drain, that fear is the least that now we are getting into. But honestly speaking, that fight was never even for somebody else, fighting somebody else. No, it was us fighting our insecurities and the fear and the refusal to take back that power and move. And now you see the ripple effect. You see the Traoreism. You see the Bainaism. You see the James Moism. You see you, the Cheryl, the John Africa. All of us, you see the little drops that have created the bridging and connecting our people. I'm very sorry. I'm going to end up, but I just want to say one last thing. And I said it on Saturday, and it was a gift. Every single thing that is happening to you, African, the chosen, it is not a coincidence. Never ever say, oh, I'm in a, we don't even use those words. You see, I keep resenting not to put the word, but you could already figure out what I wanted to say. But we don't pronounce it. Anything that doesn't work for you, don't pronounce it. Anything that doesn't work for Africa, that you think even in your fears and your insecurities, you're still not really sure, don't pronounce it. Please don't just give it out. Don't give it out. Any single thing, be it at your job site, be it at whatever situation, please don't voice it. Do not. All right? Take it back into you. Reprocess it. Every single thing you say has to give back the effect to you. Okay? So the new season is, like I said, is the doing. And we've been given this download. If you never thought, or you thought that you were small, or you thought that your contribution, or you thought that you needed to hear another voice than your own, or you thought, no, the 144,000, remember, and you are once again in it. So do not fear anything, sound or not sound. We hear each other because we hear from our heart. I saw your comment and I could already understood everything he was saying. And the story of the waist beat, if you're watching me as an African woman, if you're watching me as an African girl child, I mean, like in the gender way, the way they put it, even though we know we are one, please make sure you get your beat. And not any kind of beat, the beat we're coming out with them. You have to get your waist beat on. That's the next weapon. You have to get your waist beat on. And for our kings, you already know where your bangles are, where you're supposed to wear it, and your staff. Remember, the rod and the staff would protect me all the days of my life. Remember, my rod and my staff. So the kings, you know, your rod and your staff. You begin to see it manifesting. do not show up in the presence, in the midst, to deliver or to say something that connects in unity without your rod and your staff. Do not. And these are all the new season. The messages now is about doing. It's about putting your power to work for the unity and the continuation. We're done fighting opposite. Now we're fighting with what you have that you've never thought you had, the power that is in you that you never used it, the Pan-Africanism that has always been around you and you never saw it. And now the symbols are coming up. Now, when you listen exactly to what King Maponga said, it's not parables. It's not like in those days, in the ancient times, where we spoke in parables. No, it is clean and clear, because we need to use another format to be able to identify, to be rebirth, or like what I described for those that are used to Christian words, born again into Pan-Africanism. And I made the last statement and say, when 2 or 3 are gathered in the name of their ancestors, you begin to see the power flow. It means it's just the spirit of Ubuntu. I am because you are, because a contract comes together when at least 2 people, and the third person is just the witness of that contract. Now you created a contract with the Most High, your ancestors, to come and do exactly what you are doing. Does that not sound familiar? Very familiar. If you did not know, now you know. Okay. So I wish us, yes, give us a shout out. Trust the process. Trust the process. And support Pan-African Daily TV. Support with every might that you have, financially, invitation, sharing the project, recruiting members on board to listen the message, because the message goes in hand with the teaching. You saw how a little, we're not even like mega platforms. Oh, we have 1 million followers, 1 million subscribers. Oh, we have this and this and this. We have started the campaign 21, but our ancestors are saying, and the Most I say, you don't need everybody. You need just a few with the same. But that same now vision are the ones that have to carry the message across. So I truly want to bless us, and we bless ourselves, and we give a shout out to ourselves, exactly like my brother and the King Ian of Antigua Barbuda is saying. We give a shout out to ourselves, because when you're called into this mission and they give you the words, they protect you. And most of us, of course, we have to separate the king from the queen so that the mission could go hand in hand. Do not worry. Do not be afraid. If there is any area in your life that you've been afraid, that you thought you're not meeting up, that you thought that we are not even meeting up, it was just part of the big story that is becoming the oneness. You have seen, you have heard. Apart from what King Maponga was saying, just listen for the first time. Follow Pan-African, not just Pan-African Daily. Follow all the platforms where, the true Pan-Africanism and the messages are being spoken. You feel it. Nobody needs to remind you that you are in the right place. You know it. That time of entertainment is gone. You know, the sheep has been separated from the wolves. You feel it. You know where we belong. It's not about all the 1,000, the million views. It's about the little crystals, the stars that come up only in the night, and the brighten and the shine, and they illuminate, illuminati, and they illuminate the universe. And those little stars are coming up. Today, everybody is proud to be an African, even those that don't look like African. You've been watching the social media space, people that never thought, that are different from us, that are going and bringing the stories and taking even the stories from you, the origins, and providing information everyone. When you look at this, what do you see? What do you feel? What do you think about what you see? It is very important. Very important. Season 2 is just reassuring and giving you back and repositioning you on the throne, on the rock that never left and that is coming back in full flesh, and you are chosen to lead that. Are we clear on that? And you can only be happy. You can only be happy in this mission. Not even anything that is taken away from you would matter. Everything that is separated from you is also going to form another part to play the same role that both of you were choking each other. Name it anyhow you want to say it, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's at your job side. A Pan-African born by the spirit of the Most High into the ancestors, into you. Nothing, I say nothing, you're even wondering, and he's pouring knowledge. You know it all. It's just a reminder of the memories that were choked up by those seeds, like the Bible says. You know, the seeds that you planted, and you have the ones that don't grow, and you have the ones that will grow and choke up the others, and then you have the ones that flourish when you put it on the right. So you can separate Pan-Africanism and Pan-Africanism and African unity, African consciousness, African rebirth, African revolution into the seed. And that's why we say we're going to come back to the drawing board. I know it hurts. I know it's going to pain some people. I know it's going to really worry some people that we're going to be telling this truth. But truth be told, you're all called in this mission for a purpose. Do your work. Begin to select and find yourself again, your true power to lead the world into the right direction. Because right now, what we are seeing is not just only us Africa. When we free, we're freeing Africa for the benefit of everyone, every soul, because that's the mother. So everything matters, and it matters with you. So I want to thank you so very much. And the rebroadcast with Professor James is coming on Wednesday, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, which is 9 p.m. our time, right? But I realized from what we saw yesterday, from the rebroadcast, we have to shift the time because the diaspora, it's the diaspora that is liberating this continent, people. That is the message. It is you, diaspora. It is you that were sent. It is you that were chosen and sent and paid the price for to bring back. And you go to the old book, or what your scriptures is saying in Exodus, say, I will call you by your names, and you would come back home. This is the time. It's all about Pan-Africanism. If you never knew, it's all about Ubuntu. If you never know, now we know. Every single book that never made sense should make sense. Every single song that never made sense. When you listen now to even songs of freedom as a rebirth into Pan-Africanism, honestly speaking, the message sounds different. Even when you read the Bible as a Pan-African, you would get the real message and the meaning. So we are good. We are not going to save any other Anglo-Saxons or no, we are not. We are not. We are not, brother. We are not. My African last born. We are not. We are not. We are unlocking. And the message is coming from the space of truth. All right. So thank you. If you created every other thing, why do you think you didn't create the other one? That's the secret. And remember, you created everything, and everything that was refurbished to give it back to you, you just took it back. So let's stay, love the Africa we want, love ourselves, build the unity, continue to push the agenda of African unity, and even the deaf, the dumb would hear from all the places, and we'll build the Africa we want. Thank you so very much. And we're going to close right now. And like I said, on Friday, we have Reverend Dr. Ninana. But in the process, whoever is showing up to come up even tomorrow is going to come up. and we're going to see it at the right time. So it will be announced. So keep your notifications really, really untouched. Okay? Keep your notifications and your ringing bells going on. Thank you. All the best to all of us. And we're all here. Good night. Bye-bye. You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want. Unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherlands calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa.